We're coming to you from Khayelitsha, where a serious meeting just took place with all the major taxi associations and players within the Western Cape under the body of Santaco, where a decision was just taken to pull all taxis from the roads as of this afternoon until the 9th of August. But to talk to us more about the decision and how it came about, we speak now to Mr. Mandla Hermanus, who's the chairperson of Santaco in the province. Mr. Hermanus, thank you so much. We know you're very busy at the moment. Why did you come to this decision?
Look, this has been coming for a very long time. This was exacerbated by the increase in the number of vehicles that have been impounded. 6,000 in a space of 6 months, which is over 1,000 vehicles have been impounded every month. And that has resulted in the last 12 months, we have lost close to 1,000 of our taxis to the financing institutions. 488 by end of May. And between May and now, in addition to the 488, there's been 309 of our vehicles that are up for repossession as a direct result of the impoundment. Some of these vehicles are collected by the sheriffs from the pound because the operators are unable to release them. So this is what has culminated in, because when we started the task team, which we suspended our participation in, it was basically for this one thing where our vehicles are impounded for any behavior by the driver. Even if the vehicle is roadworthy, it's got an operating license, it's being driven by a driver who's also legal with a PDP, should that driver do anything on the roads, then the vehicle is impounded. No consequence for the driver. Everything falls on the operator. So we are saying that is unjust, it's unfair.
And the new bylaws that are put into action, you have particular issue with these bylaws, and you say you have come to the party as much as possible, but the new bylaws are the bone of contention.
The new bylaws are in addition to what, because the vehicles, the 6,000 vehicles that have been impounded, were impounded before the implementation of the bylaws. So the bylaws, they simply add everything else that in the past you could not be impounded for, like a faulty light in your vehicle, a number plate that is cracked, and things like that, which in terms of the NLTA, would not have resulted in your vehicle being impounded. So what the city has done is to broaden the scope to ensure that everything and anything must result in your vehicle being impounded.
And this is a drastic measure. Tens of thousands of people rely on the taxi industry. Why do you feel this is the only way forward and not go back to the discussion table?
Well, the first drastic measure is what the city has been doing, impounding 6,000 vehicles over a 6-month period. It's those vehicles that transport our people to all the places that they have to go to. So when the city is actively removing those vehicles from the roads, then it simply means the city does not want us on the roads, actually. So we are just following on what JP has already done. He has already removed 6,000. We are just saying, instead of us losing the vehicles that we still have, we might as well park them at home.
And just explain to us the vote that was done here. What does it mean? When will it start? How many taxis will be involved?
We are looking at plus minus 12,000 taxis across the province from this afternoon. You would have seen there that people are angry, and it came from the floor that actually the stay away must happen as of now. In fact, some were saying, given what has happened over the last 2 days, where our drivers were being beaten up, our taxis were being vandalized, and the city of Cape Town and the provincial government says nothing, absolutely nothing about those law enforcement officers who were clearly, blatantly breaking their own laws by beating up people and vandalizing taxis. Nothing is being said. Every time JP Smith speaks, he seeks to justify the action of those law enforcement. We haven't seen him condemn those actions.
And your stay away, what will that mean? Will taxis go to the ranks, or will taxis simply stay at their homes, and until when?
The taxis, those who stay at the rank will go at the ranks, and they will be parked there We will resume our operations on the 10th.
Will you be willing to go back to the table?
Absolutely. But what we have said is that whilst we talk to government does not suspend its impoundments because we are talking to them. And therefore, we are not going to suspend our own actions to show our dissatisfaction with what is happening on the basis that we are talking to government. We are open to talking to government. We will continue talking to government. But from now on, us talking to government will not be on the fact that we have to suspend whatever we are planning to do. So we will continue with our own actions against the government, but we will continue talking to government until we find amicable solutions. And we hope that will be sooner rather than later.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Mandla Hermanus, the chairperson of Santaco in the Western Cape. The serious decision taken today that from this afternoon, no taxis will be operational in Cape Town and across the province. As Mr. Hermanus said there, around 12,000 taxis will be involved, because we heard from the floor as they were voting on whether or not to stay away that both CATA, Kudeta and the local area taxi associations agreeing to the stay away. And just to give you perspective, the people he's talking about, JP Smith. He's the MACO member for safety and security in the city of Cape Town. JP Smith earlier saying that they are enforcing bylaws that speaks to the safety and the regulatory laws that are in place when dealing with all vehicles on the road. And talking about the task team that he mentioned there, a task team was set up to discuss these various issues. But Santaco feels, and other taxi association feels, while they were still at the table talking, the new bylaws that the city enacted on resulted in impoundments. And on Monday, of course, there was a skirmish between the police and taxi drivers in the CBD of Cape Town at the Cape Town Central Taxi Rank, where rubber bullets were fired and vehicles were damaged, as you heard Mr. Hermanus say there. So from today, there is a serious problem with transport in the city of Cape Town, as the major taxi association, Santaco, with the support from its national governing body, has just voted for a stay away until the 9th of August.